Well, hello and welcome to another Watercooler Wisdom, where I bring amazing experts to you and I ask them the questions that I know you want the answer to. This week, I have one of my good friends and colleagues, Kristi Cline, here to join us. But first, for those of you who may not know me, I am Dana Zellers. I am an executive coach, facilitator, speaker, and I help those busy professionals who want to be successful, but maybe want to stop ignoring their personal lives. Kristi Cline, for those who do not know you, let's tell everyone a little bit about you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dana. So I launched my business, We Write It Now, Resumes and Career Resources, right before COVID. But here's the thing, I launched it out of my own failed job search journey because I didn't know what I didn't know. I thought I was doing all the right things. And it turns out some of the things that I thought were putting me ahead of my competition actually put me behind the competition. And when I started learning these things, I thought, oh my goodness, I have to teach others this stuff so that they don't go through what I went through. So again, We Write It Now, Resumes and Career Resources. You can find me on LinkedIn. Usually that's my playground. And I just really care about helping job seekers navigate their next career jump. So that is me.
I love it. And it is so relevant to what I wanted to ask you about today, because I do think job seekers are working really hard. They are doing a lot of things to be successful in finding that next perfect solution. But what aren't they doing, Kristi?
Yeah, that's the thing, because you can keep yourself busy 8 to 5, 5 days a week,
Yeah.
apply, 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 apply. And what I would encourage you to rethink is this is like your job search is not the lottery. So just because you apply to 1,000 roles versus
Right.
somebody that's applying to 200, that doesn't necessarily increase your odds of getting the interview. In fact, what could happen is it could destroy your mindset because you're applying to all these roles that you're maybe not qualified for, but why not?
Right.
Here's why not, because you're going to get rejections. And who wants to get rejection after rejection after rejection? So the biggest mistake that I see that job seekers are making is just sitting behind their computer and applying and not looking at other things that you should be doing to move the needle in your job search. What does that mean? I would encourage you to look at your job search as a marketing campaign
Mm,
for yourself.
yeah.
You're marketing yourself because you are, right?
Yeah.
And so I would encourage you to take a holistic approach to your job search. What does that mean? That means working on your resume, obviously,
Sure.
updating and optimizing your LinkedIn profile, obviously,
Yep.
networking, hopefully, obviously, right? But
Yes.
like, what else can you be doing? You need to be having conversations with people, but go beyond your first level connections. I
Hmm.
mean, start there, but go beyond there. Consider joining groups, LinkedIn groups or Facebook groups that are in your industry. Lots of networking happens there. And besides the networking piece, who doesn't like talking to people that are in the same industry that likes the same things that you do,
Yeah.
right? Like you and I could talk all day long about what we
All
do,
day
right?
long.
All day long. So I encourage you to look for those sorts of relationships that not only could potentially help you open doors,
Yeah.
but also relationships that fill you back up.
Yeah. What
Because
I
when you're
love
in your search, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say what I love about what you're saying there is I think that a lot of people are kind of daunted by networking. They feel like they're
Mhm.
not sure what to do. They don't want to just reach out to their old colleagues. They feel like they're just basically hitting everybody up for a job. But
Right.
you're reframing that. So you're talking about networking kind of on a different level.
Yeah, and I mean, if you really strip LinkedIn down to the bare bones of what it was created for, it was created for relationship building
Yeah.
on a professional level.
Yeah.
So I get it when you're thinking, man, I don't want to reach out to my colleague because it's been 10 years since I last spoke to them. Yeah,
right?
I know. But
Yeah,
that's what people do on this platform. Like
yeah,
Facebook, I could see where it might be weird, maybe. But on
right.
LinkedIn, that's what people do.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they do all day
Yeah.
long.
But I also think people on Facebook, like they might be like, oh, like I ran into so and so and I thought of you. So there's something that's a little bit like of a personal connection where you could do that and that would feel totally appropriate. And I think doing that same thing on LinkedIn, again, we're not trying to like we're not trying to like bait switch on
Right.
our people, but like these are people that we were connected to, that we had relationships with. And
Yeah.
so, yes, this might be the time that we are trying to reignite some of those relationships, but we do want to actually reignite the relationship, not
Yeah.
just, again, hit everybody up for a job.
Right. Right. And you can send a message as simple as, hey, Dana, how are you doing? I know it's been a while since we last spoke. Hope all is well. On my end, I'm back in the job search space and I'm just trying to figure out what's going to work best for me. Would you be open to reconnecting?
Yeah,
I mean, it's that easy.
it is that easy. Yeah.
And the other thing that I see job seekers making the mistake of is not being intentional with their efforts. And you
Mhm.
alluded to this before. Job seekers are busy, right?
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of things.
Yep.
But are you doing the things that are going to advance you,
Yeah.
right? Are you having the right kinds of conversations? Are you upskilling in the right areas? Like,
Yeah.
be intentional with every single move you make.
Yeah, I think that goes back a little bit to kind of what you were talking about kind of it's not just a numbers game. So there is nothing wrong with sending out resumes to more places, to
Mhm.
trying to look at more opportunities, even looking
Right.
a little bit outside your perfect fit zone. But I think what you mentioned earlier was a little bit about like again, we gotta deal with the psychology of this. So the fact that we are getting more rejections, we don't want to be a bummer. But also what you're talking about here is where am I spending my time and energy? And where am I going to get the most bang for my buck? And what I'm
Yes.
hearing you say is that beyond resumes, if you were spending all of your time doing resumes, it might behoove you to spend less time in that area. So we are not ignoring that, and more time in some of these other areas where, again, we're being really intentional about the things that are going to make a difference.
Yes, that is exactly right. And going back to the conversations and networking, another great place that you could spend some time that I think would be a smart investment of your time
Mhm.
is attending events,
Yeah.
events around hot topics in your industry, around your industry. There's a lot of networking that happens at these events, right? This
Yeah.
is another great place to hear about opportunities that might not be published. You never know. And going back to what I said earlier about the relationships, don't you want to build relationships with people that are like-minded, that have similar interests to you when it comes to your professional side?
Mhm.
So check out events on LinkedIn. There's a gazillion of them happening all the
Yes.
time.
Yes,
A
you can
lot of
find
them
an
are
event that's relevant to your subject matter expertise.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I love that. And also too, I mean, there you can kind of work all the angles. So find the event, make the connections, post as a knowledge expert on this area so that again, you're sharing more content, you've got more expertise. Again, you are learning things that are maybe things that will help you in advance in your career, and being able to talk about those things that you're actively doing, again, is going to work for you.
Yeah. And the thing that I really want to leave people with is there's a lot happening in the job search space, and we
Yeah,
know it's competitive, and there's a lot that we don't understand about it.
yeah,
But what I want to leave you with is there are certain things in your job search or in your marketing campaign that are in your control.
yes,
Focus on those things.
yeah,
Make sure your LinkedIn profile is updated, branded, and optimized so that you're driving recruiters to your profile, the right kind of recruiters with the right kind of opportunities. That's completely in your control.
yeah,
You know, Making sure that your resume speaks to the value that you offer, that it includes differentiators, like all these things, that's in your control.
Yeah.
Who you have conversations with, that's in your control. Like there's a lot of things that are under your control.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that. I think one of the things I say to a lot of people in their roles is you have more control than you think you do.
Yeah.
And it can be really easy to focus on the things that are outside of our control. And so I love that as kind of an overall message.
Yeah.
We could talk about this forever.
Of course.
But for people who want to get in touch with you, hear more about your expertise, and maybe get their resumes fine-tuned to make the right contacts, what is the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Yeah, no problem at all. Okay, so follow me on LinkedIn because I'm always posting information about what works, what doesn't, that kind of thing. But if you want to reach out to me directly, you can DM me in LinkedIn. Or if you just kind of want to explore what it might be like to work with me, I do consultations. Just head over to my website, wewriteitnow.com, and there's a booking link. Also on my website, there's tons of information. Like I put the information on my website that I would think you would want to know about me, about my services, all that. So head over to my website. Also, I have an event next week coming up June 24th. It's also on LinkedIn, a great opportunity to network. Dana has been a speaker.
Your events are jam-packed with nuggets of information. So it really is a can't miss.
Yeah, it's great. And one of the topics that we're going to be diving into next week is something that I think a lot of people can relate to, whether you're a job seeker or not. It's overcoming that imposter that holds you back.
Huge.
So that's going to be one of the topics of conversation next week.
Love it.
And yeah, that's it.
And then we have a free gift for anyone who would like to grab that from the QR code. Kristi, tell us what they're going to win.
Oh, goodness. If I'm honest, Dana, that was last week and I can't honestly remember. So click on the QR code and see what you're going to win. Everybody has a surprise today.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And again, for anybody who would like to follow me, you can find me on LinkedIn as well as other places. I have a free gift for you as well. It is the Better Week Blueprint, which will help you be more focused with your time and your energy. Again, whether you are job seeking or you are in your role, to make things happen. And of course, please come back to hear from more experts just like Kristi. I'm going to bring more of the people who have information that I'm pretty sure you want to know. So stay tuned. We have more experts coming. And again, we try to be quick, and we've done it in about 10 minutes. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kristi. And please definitely follow her on LinkedIn. Again, there is more great things to be found.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.